So let's look at some more stuff. I got the bee in the box chatting at me on some stuff. So we're just gonna take a drive down this road. There's a house back there that I trick-or-treated at. I went into the apartments. Yeah, see, this is 52nd Street. 51st Street is Mr. Johnson's. So yeah. Different name church now. I can't remember what it was before. The pastor should live in the house next to it now. 3 houses down. No, 2 houses down was Mr. Johnson's. The big brown one was Mr. Johnson's. David Reveal lived there. That was Chuck Reveal lived at. Again, now we're going past my parents' house. Down this way. Went back to sort of that one apartment that I went to and trick-or-treated, and my dad, I went up there all by myself. I was probably about in my single digits, maybe 8 years old, and I go up there and come back out. My dad, what was up there? This one guy answered his door, gave me some candy, and off I went. I'm still alive, so obviously it wasn't poison. So this route right here on 4th Avenue is where I would walk every day. Over there to the left is a creek that we all got stuck in and got our butts chewed for, and I lost this summer in being grounded. This is the East End Park. This is the park that I played at one time walking to school, and I got to school an hour late. And my dad said the truant officers were going to come to me. Remember truant officers? Yeah, that's how old I am. That was Sue's. There was a babysitter who lived in that gray house. Her brother gave me a bunch of old Sizzlers and Hot Wheels when I was a little dude. Wish I still had those. Yeah, we'd walk along this sidewalk. This used to be a brick road. Yeah, they had to pave it way later. The Quad Cities to do it way later. I always loved this church. This is the hill that took you up to Springboro Courts. Springboro Courts, depending on which side of it, you either lived in really nice or really poor. And there were hardly any trees up there. And I see there's a big deck that kind of sticks over the top of it where it was never there before. But we used to sled down that hill if you were brave enough and jump off before you got to the street. Things we did as children. Then we're coming up this way. I'm not going to be brave enough to do it, but this is what I would walk to. Then I'd walk up this hill here. There weren't so many trees. And that would take me up to that elementary school up there, which was McKinley Elementary, which closed in 1983 and sat abandoned for a long time. The guy who owned it didn't do anything with it. Kind of got creepy after a while. They never had these stairs open. We never were able to walk the stairs. Or if somebody did, it wasn't me. That was a driveway to get up there. And then this used to be their baseball field where all the trees are now. And, yeah, look at that pretty old house. I think that was Jim Mooney's house. Or Jim Moon's. I shouldn't say Mooney. But no, and then that, I really kind of ventured this far there. There used to be like a block over and a block down was something else. Was a candy store we used to go to, mom and pop, like little grocery store. They had candy all the time and stuff like that. This road here, put this big wall up, and at one point in the 1980s, somebody spray painted "Suck Wind" on this wall, which was funny because that was a Dave Pratt slogan back in the day. Dave Pratt was a DJ out of Phoenix, so for "Suck Wind" to be clear up here, I mean, I'm sure it was a phrase everybody used for other reasons or heard it in different places, but what are you gonna do? I would do this stuff, driving all around stuff. Then I come up here. That's right, I used to come up here because there was a girl that used to went to high school with. She lived here with her boyfriend, and I had to take her to high school. She was part of the group I had that, in my senior year. And the one year I couldn't pick them up because I crashed into, I just slid on some ice and wiped out. So yeah. I mean, there's crazier stuff. Some of this stuff comes to mind. There was a lady that used to live down the street over here, a very large lady. What a baby blue 60-something, early 60s, one of the early Mustangs, the small Mustangs, notchback. Her name was Mrs. Waters, and she was the babysitter. She could crochet a blanket or a poncho or what have you while watching us. That woman was amazing and stuff. My brother and I were kind of mean to her, but my brother and I were mean anyway. We were mean little kids. We thought we were being funny, but we were really being mean. And I think my dad was ready to lynch us. That used to be a pizza. I shouldn't say it used to be a pizza hut. The pizza hut that was there burned down. The Viking Club is still there. Trying to think of what else. It's an old school. So yeah. And then this church to the right, this is the church that I was confirmed in. It used to be a Lutheran church. It's still Faith Lutheran Church, but it was, I think it was Wisconsin Synod. It was not LCM. Oh, it's LCMC. That's different now. It used to be. It's changed hands quite a few times. But the church I went to in Geneseo, this is the one I think they're tied to. Is this Lutheran church was at the LCMS Lutheran Church. So that's the one that is the one my mom liked going to for Christmas time and see the candlelight, the midnight mass, if you will, for Catholics. But yeah, kind of fun. And then here we are at the Avenue of the Shitties because nobody can remember 23rd Avenue. Go figure. Alrighty. I think that's enough now.